Alright, a very good evening to you, the viewer of West Nile Television. You're most welcome for the NILECAST news bulletin that comes your ways every Mondays to Fridays. And of course, it's a public holiday, June 3rd. We are celebrating Mother's Day, but before we get to give you details of the stories, let's first have a look at what's making rounds in the headlines. Coming up in the news tonight, Church of Uganda celebrates 140 years of Uganda Matters. Uganda community in West Nile celebrate Mother's Day through charity. And journalist Wajuman called upon to advocate for girl child rights. For this and more, in the NILECAST news bulletin. Welcome. Once again, I am Farish Majid, and now to have the news in detail. Church of Uganda commemorated 140 years of martyrs for their Christian faith under the theme Imitating God's Image by doing the right, perseverance in the face of adversity, where many Christians gathered today at Namugongo Catholic Shrine. Alfred Jawok with more details.
The Church of Uganda is commemorating the Uganda martyrs who were killed between 1885 and 1887 for their Christian faith. A group of 45 Christian converts comprising of 22 Catholics and 23 Anglicans refused to denounce their faith despite the danger, and they were executed on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga II, the king of Buganda, for their refusal to abandon Christianity. It should be noted that the Uganda martyrs are remembered annually on June 3rd, the day most of them were killed, which is a national holiday in Uganda. According to His Grace retired Archbishop Church of Uganda, Dr. Henry Lukorombi, the main preacher, their sacrifice has inspired countless Christians and strengthened the faith in Uganda and beyond. Dr. Orombi urged the Christians to emulate the life of the Uganda martyrs to strengthen their faith.
For they do not know what they are doing. Forgive the Jewish leaders. Forgive the Roman soldiers. And the Roman leadership. Forgive you and forgive me. That prayer has a long implication to us today. Fourthly, do not take revenge. Do not take revenge, my dear friends. But leave room for God's wrath. It is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. In the days of Moses, a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, the Old Testament time. But then the New Testament time, Jesus said, love even your enemies. Now this is a very tall order. Unless you have the Spirit of God, you cannot do it. And then fifthly, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good.
Meanwhile, His Grace Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalo, the Archbishop Church of Uganda, who was the main celebrant, told the congregations that the Basilica of the Uganda Martyrs in Namugongo, built in 1968, has become a major pilgrimage site in Uganda.
And especially I want to appreciate also, in addition to bishops from the Northern Cluster, Bishop Johnson Kakumba, who was in the charge of the venue committee. All this you are seeing. Bishop Kakumba Johnson. But we need also, he is also representing retired bishops in the House of Bishops. So we thank you so much.
The commemoration of the Uganda martyrs was under the theme Imitating the God's Image by Doing Good, and this serves a reminder of the power of faith and perseverance in the face of adversity. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Namugongo, Kampala.
Welcome back from that report. And as part of the activities also to mark the celebrations in Arua City, The Buganda community residing in West Nile sub-region honored the day through a charity drive targeting teenage pregnant girls in the region. At Oliel Center 4, one of the busiest health facilities receiving patients from both divisions of the city, as well as from the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo, the Buganda community donated an assortment of items to support the teenage pregnant girls. Take a look at the story. The Buganda community residing in West Nile sub-region have today joined the country in celebrating the Mother's Day through a charity drive, where they donated an assortment of relief items, including food and clothes among others, to over 200 pregnant teenage girls at Oliel Center 4 in Arua City's Central Division. The support to the vulnerable girls comes amidst the several challenges they go through after conceiving as part of the community's corporate social responsibility. Lule Paul, the chairperson of the Buganda Well, we do apologize for that disruption, and that is where we are going to be continuing with the news bulletin. Now, as part of the activities to celebrate this year's Mother's Day celebrations, the Buganda community residing in West Nile sub-region have honored the day through a charity drive targeting teenage girls who are pregnant. Today, the team donated also an assortment of items to pregnant girls at Oliel Center 4, one of the busiest health facilities serving patients from both divisions of the city, as well as from the neighboring part of Democratic Republic of Congo. Take a look at the story.
As the SHARE project nears to its closure, members of SHARE project and a Forum of African Women Educationists known as FAWE, in partnership with other...
The Buganda community residing in West Nile sub-region have today joined the country in celebrating the Mother's Day through a charity drive, where they donated an assortment of relief items, including food and clothes among others, to over 200 pregnant teenage girls at Oliel Center 4 in Arua City's Central Division. The support to the vulnerable girls comes amidst the several challenges they go through after conceiving as part of the community's corporate social responsibility. Lule Paul, the chairperson of the Buganda community, also known as the Cross Karuma, says that this support comes at a time as the region is still faced with the challenge of high teenage pregnancy rates.
Today, on Mother's Day, we decided to come here and show support to teenage mothers. We are very much aware this West Nile is faced with a big challenge of teenage mothers. Many kids drop out of school and get pregnancies. But these mothers, many of them don't know how to take care of the kids. Many of them are also impregnated by children themselves. So it's a very big challenge. Today we decided to come and give support by giving them basics, things to use at home, and also to guide them on how to bring up their kids, to take care of their kids, because we know they're also kids.
18 years old Arach Nancy, who hails from Central Division, who received the items, is grateful to the community for the help extended to them.
Most of my friends find that they impregnate you and leave your mother-in-laws, and they're the ones that come to your home. People like us, our husbands are not around. They impregnate you and they leave you to be taken care of your mother-in-law. So I would like to thank them for this support they have given to us.
Nankanja Prosi, who heads women affairs at the session, rallies the girls in the area on discipline so as to reduce on the teenage pregnancy rates.
To put this to an end, I think we need a concerted effort of all stakeholders, most especially the girls themselves. They need to know that life is not in boyfriend. Concentrate in class, give it all, first finish class. Also, listen to your parents. We have come to know that most of these girls, more so the biggest numbers are in the Oli, that is in Central Division. They no longer listen to their parents, and also parents themselves, they have put aside their responsibility.
Sister Draro Monica, the head of nurses and midwives at Oliel Center 4, implores the teenage girls to return to school if chances are there for them to stand independently.
Those who have come to support us are those who are independent. They are making their own monies, they are on their own, they are not relying on their parents. they have stood on their own. So I still encourage you, you go back to school, study, get something to do, and then be independent.
According to the Uganda Demographic Survey conducted in 2022, teenage pregnancy stagnated at 24%, but increased from 19% to 21% in urban areas. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, NILECAST. Welcome back, and to continue with the news bulletin, journalists of Adjuman District have been called upon to advocate for girl-child rights, and this was during an interaction with journalists in Adjumani District. Alan Onjima files the story.
As the SHARE project nears to its closure, members of SHARE project and a forum of African women educationists known as FAWE, in partnership with other 3 consortium partners, have engaged in training journalists to advocate for girl child. During the interaction with journalists at Dubai Resort Hotel in Adjumani, Susan Opog Tumunime, the country director of FAWE, said journalists are voice to the voiceless, most especially the young girls who are going through a lot of challenges.
Thank you to the journalists. You know, I realized today, as we say, that learning doesn't stop. And learning is always, you know, that journalism is actually a very sensitive profession. As we talked about the things that need to be done and how they need to be done, and then we also heard about the challenges and probably how, you know, the interactions with people, the mistrust, and the various other aspects that occur within your role. And I know that we have also seen that many journalists have been challenged or even lost their lives in certain, you know, in some of these wars because of the passion, because of what they want to give. We've been told that journalists can change the world actually. You can change policy, you can change practice, you can change attitude. But how do you position yourself to be able to do that? Is the bigger question. If you just go without plan, without purpose, without, you know, the knowledge of what you want to achieve, then we can lose out. You know, we can lose perspective, we can lose the opportunities. If we want to achieve the issues that we are talking about from the SHARE project, sexual reproductive health rights, are everywhere. Everywhere. You turn here, they are talking about a pregnant girl. You turn here, there is defilement. You turn here, there is, you know, GBV.
According to Mindra Francis, the COW representative said the number of issues concerning children's rights which is not right, therefore cautioned journalists to work hard.
Of children's rights. But these issues are not communicated. Whatever information you get, I believe, they are either from district health office, they are either from CDO's office, or even from education department. But what about at the community level, at local council 1 level? Do you get such information? Do you get that? So for me, I will conclude that in many instances, what we report as secondary information. Secondary information because you go and get them from offices. I want to request that you interest yourself even at the community level. Try to reach out at the LC1 level to understand what we are trying to talk about. As you pass out information, accuracy is key. It is key because when you give inaccurate information, it is going to cause conflict.
Dralero Jocelyn, representative from Office of the Prime Minister, said there are a lot of challenges refugees are undergoing, hence wishes also work for journalists to do.
Journalism is a profession of itself, and that means that every time, every day, when I heard about the criteria that was used, I was like, wow, then there's one thing maybe we missed out. Otherwise, we wanted to scoop everything for Adjumani. Adjumani is a very big district with a lot of stories, a lot of many refugees. I don't think that you couldn't make it. When you take the population of refugee, about 2,000 something, but we have a lot of issues that need to be voiced out. But we are not bringing out these issues. More pertinently is now the issue of food categorization, which is now beating the drum nearly to the grave. And what do I mean? People who are out of food assistance, they are crying already, lamenting widely. Those who are still kept temporarily come June, July, they also ceased from the cash assistance. Are these not good stories to bring up for the attention of the government? Can it be an article for itself? Every day people are gathering at also the Prime Minister's gate, at UNHR's gate.
Journalists play a crucial role in shaping public understanding and policy around sexual reproductive health and rights. They can help break down stigma, increase awareness, and hold decision makers accountable. Kashundwath Fancy Onzima Alan reporting for West Nile Television NILECAST.
Finally, former Kenya University Guild President Lawrence Alionzo, also known as Dangote, who previously supported the National Independent Party, has left to join the Nationalist Movement Party, sparking debate from a number of people within the city. Alionzo, who is eyeing the mayorship position, was yesterday welcomed into the yellow bus by the party's Secretary General, Right Honorable Richard Todong. Take a look.
I have crossed to NRM. The reasons are two. One is that on the political table, you're either a spectator, a commentator, or a player, and I have chosen to be a player. It also occurred to me that the struggle is not against an individual, not against a group of people, and the struggle is against poverty, illiteracy, and disease. And therefore, this gives me the platform to make my contribution to this really urgent, serious, and compelling issues that are life-threatening to the people. This is my reason for crossing to the NRM. People of Arua City should expect two things: deliberate actions taken to unite the people. And like I said, we are not each other's enemy. Our enemy are the three things I mentioned: disease, illiteracy, and perhaps all this being nurtured by corruption. So the people of Arua should expect unity, deliberate actions being taken to unite the people. Second, the people being prepared for the opportunities that come with the city.
Not everything might be as you expect. Not everything should be as you want. But that revolutionary discipline, that you keep hoping for the best, you keep contributing for the best, is what makes the movement move.
Viewer, the story marks the end of the NILECAST news bulletin for this day. Have a good night.